First graders, did you know that you can learn about the phases of the moon by eating Oreo cookies? Ha! What a delicious way to learn! But it's true. You can learn about the moon phases by making a little chart, using Oreo cookies, and then when you're finished, maybe you can eat them. So what you need are some Oreo cookies. If you don't have Oreo cookies, you can use a different kind of cookie, or you can use a cracker, a round cracker, and you could put some white frosting or something like that on them, just so you can learn about the different phases. So you start with an Oreo cookie, and you twist it apart so that you have the yummy filling on one side and the cookie on the other. So the plain cookie like this is a new moon. There's no light on it. The cookie like this is the full moon. It has lots of light. And it's also quite delicious. Let's learn about the moon. All right, so to get started with our Oreo cookie project, you need a piece of paper, a pencil, and I used a paper towel roll holder because I'm gonna make some circles where I'm gonna put my cookies. So I'm going to trace around my paper towel holder. I'm gonna have one at each end of the paper, and then two on each side. So it's like this. You see the four of them? And then I'm gonna take and I'm gonna fill in the spaces in between all of those. So I'm gonna have 8 circles. And you don't have to do it the same time as me. You can take your time. You can pause the video and do this on your own. But now I've got 8 circles, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 circles. And that's where I'm gonna put my cookies for the moon phases, okay? So I've got my circles drawn. Now I just need some cookies. When we're finished, our project is going to look kind of, oh, don't slide off, kind of like this. You're gonna have all of your cookies there. And the rest of my video is gonna be pointing down so that you can see all of the cookies and see how the project works, okay? It's going to be a delicious science lesson. All right, here comes the moon phases. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the moon phases. So we have our blank piece of paper with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles. And now we're going to start with an Oreo cookie. Take the Oreo cookie and twist it carefully so that now you have the full delicious cookie with the cream and the filling on one side and a blank cookie on the other side. I'm gonna take this blank cookie and I'm gonna turn it upside down so it's completely dark. And this is new moon. And when it's new moon, it's dark. We don't see the moon. It doesn't have any light. It's not reflecting any light. This delicious cookie is full moon. And it's on the other side of the new moon. So new moon is here, full moon is there. Okay? Now I'm going to take another cookie and I'm going to twist it carefully. And I'm going to take it off. And it's okay if some of it got like this because I'm going to now scrape off the frosting and make 2 halves. Okay, so here I had my cookie, which I cut in half. I pulled apart, and I have the frosting on this half and the frosting on this half. Now, this cookie broke a little bit. It's okay. I'm going to eat it anyway. So, but you can see that here's the frosting on half of the cookie and frosting on the other half of the cookie. All right, I need another cookie. And this one came off really easily. This time, I'm going to make a little crescent moon. I'm going to use my knife And I'm going to make a little crescent shape. And I'm going to carefully scrape off the frosting. And I'm going to put it back on this cookie. Oh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So boys and girls, notice that this shape is getting bigger. So we start at new moon, and then we go to a waxing crescent moon. Then we go to the first quarter, which is a half moon. Then we go to a waxing gibbous moon, and all the way to the full moon. So as the moon looks like it's getting bigger, as we see more light, it's called a waxing moon. More and more of the moon is being seen, more and more light is being reflected. Okay, we need another cookie. Okay, I've got another cookie. I'm gonna take it apart. Okay, this was really easy. And just like I did with this one, I'm going to use a knife and I'm gonna cut a little crescent shape. And your mom or dad can help you, or you can use a butter knife. I just happen to have only this knife at school. And I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna put it on my other cookie. Okay, and I'm gonna put it here and here. Now, boys and girls, I want you to notice that when the moon is getting bigger, when the light is getting brighter, it's on one side of the moon. And when the light is getting smaller, it's on the other side of the moon. When the light gets smaller, we say it is waning. So when the light gets bigger, it's waxing. When it gets smaller, it's waning. The names of the moon, of the shape of the moon, are the same. Crescent, first quarter or a half moon, gibbous moon. This is a full moon. This is a gibbous moon, but instead of getting bigger, it's getting smaller. So it is a waning gibbous moon. Third quarter, waning crescent, new moon. Let's do it again. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon. Now we're gonna get smaller, it's waning, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, new moon. Say it along with me, guys. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon. Now it's getting smaller, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, new moon. Okay, so first graders, let's take a look at the moon phases again. Instead of using an Oreo cookie, which was a delicious way to learn about the moon phases, we're gonna look at some real pictures of the moon taken from Earth so we can see what the phases look like in real pictures. So we're gonna start at new moon. Here's new moon. At night, we don't see anything in the night sky because the moon is in a shadow, and at night, when something is in a shadow, we can't see it. So new moon. Then, as we go through the moon phases, we start to see a waxing crescent moon. Just a little bit of light is being reflected. Then we have first quarter moon. It's about a half moon. Then it's a waxing gibbous. It's more than a half moon, but it's not a full moon yet. It's a waxing gibbous. Then it becomes a full moon. Now it's going to get smaller. It's going to become a waning gibbous, third quarter moon, which is a half moon, a waning crescent, and back to new moon. Hey, Tony, do it with me, okay? All right, come on over here, Tony. Let's do it together. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, and back to new moon. Wow, Tony, you've done a terrific job. Don't you think Tony did a great job? All right, boys and girls, next week we're going to do a model where we can see exactly why the moon changes its shape. All right, see you next week, boys and girls.